Hey, so I mean, like, looking at it, it's boo boo. I mean, it's literally big gold without the because when we saw Seth Rollins shit,
right?
If you see, it's the same side plates. It's just the middle's different.
Well, yeah.
No, but you know what I mean, and it's just like if you was gonna make this bitch the undisputed, man, that middle should have been another design.
It should have looked completely different.
The
whole belt should look completely different. Not change the middle design. The whole belt should look completely different.
Bro, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, like that middle part especially should look not like those other two belts.
Right. Right.
It's boo-boo.
But
they just golded it out. That's all they did for both belts. If we really pay attention, we should really put them bitches side by side. But nigga, that's the new shit we talking about because he just got this one. So
right.
But this one, I mean,
you don't like it? You don't like it? Come on, man.
Nah, bro, nah, nigga.
Nah, B, I'm not feeling it.
Nah, I'm not feeling the rainbow. Get at me.
I mean,
you fuck with the belt?
No.
Oh,
not at all.
I'm like, man, no.
I told you. Well, I told you what I was hoping for something. I told you. I said I was hoping for something brand
They should
new.
have did a whole dope ass legacy.
Completely different.
I feel like they super missed on it. I feel like on the belt design,
right.
It could have been something way better.
Right.
And I feel like it was the lazy way to me. I feel like it was just like, well, yeah, just take the two belts and make them look, just gold them out. Because to me, the other two, even ones look plasticky to me.
That's just plain. Like,
they just added the gold in the background.
But you know what? I feel like that could be a way to kind of like offset the whole, Seth Rollins has the secondary title. I feel like that's what that is. That's a play on how to separate the two.
Right.
To make it to where it's not so much of a, Roman has two titles.
Right.
He got two titles compared to this one title, which is all gold.
Right.
Whatever. Now they make, let's give Roman a whatever belt and make it more whatever than this shit.
Make it worth more than the one that looks like it's worth more.
Right. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't, bro. So,
because anybody that said, like if they had did another design for that belt, and they be like, this just didn't make bro, get out of here.
Right.
Because I feel like we've seen this design.
We have.
That's my only thing. I just feel like we've seen this design.
We've seen this design since what, 2016? 2015? Whenever it was. This shit is weak, son.
I'm like, man,
this shit is weak.
Yeah. It could have been way better, bro.
Yeah.
It could have been way fucking better.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like they
dropped the ball.
Oh my god. I fuck with the gold size, the diamonds, but it looks like it's the same.
That's how the other ones look.
They look
too.
exactly like that, except the only difference is the
gold
backing.
Gold backing and
that's
the jewels in the middle on the W.
That's it. That's it. Totally it. Everything else is exactly the same. Oh, what, the belt color?
No, it's black.
Oh, okay. So, because he has a what? But what color?
He has a black one
and a blue one. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, come on, man.
So we've seen it.
Come on, man.
So he's technically holding the golded out black one.
You could have come on. You could have gave me anything other than this.
Come on, bro. I'da.
Like I said,
Hey.
they should have brought
Hey.
back the winged eagle, the big eagle, nigga, the big circular one. He should have revamped that shit.
All gold, nigga. Just
What?
like that motherfucker with the baro.
What?
Y'all gotta go look up the wing. That motherfucking belt, even the old version, is dope as fuck.
Man.
If they would have revamped that goddamn belt that would have been a better looking undisputed championship belt to me. Like,
yeah.
This right here, I'm like, man, this is whatever.
That
like,
shit is weak. That shit is weak.
Fuck, bro. Like, that shit is whatever.
That shit is weak. Because then when he loses it, it's going to just be called the WWE Championship.
Right. They going to drop they going to flashy thing us and drop the undisputed title on it. Watch. Because it say it, though. It's etched in on his belt, huh? It say undisputed on it. But that plate could be removed, though.
Nah.
No, that's not a plate, huh?
They're just going to keep the other ones in the wings.
That shit trash, bro. And literally just bring out the black one back out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the black one looks or the blue one. Whatever. The blue one matches up more to being on SmackDown anyway.
Right. This is the culmination of these belts being done.
Right.
This right here.
This is weak.
So.
I mean, look, Paul Heyman holding the other one. Look, it's exactly the same shit.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is like the upgraded version of both of those.
Right.
So now it's like this is going to be the belt for a couple years until they crown a new champion and he creates his own fucking belt.
Right.
Quote unquote. And then it's going to be more with the times. It's going to be more with the stature of the big gold.
Right. Like we saying, that winged eagle joint, boy.
What? If you could have brought that back, gilded, just super golden.
That would have been that would have been the undisputed, bro.
That's the one right there.
That's the one.
That's the one.
I don't know how they didn't think about that shit.
I don't know, bro. Whoever's back there didn't think that was going to be lucrative.
Because that technically would have really been the time to get away from this design right here.
Right.
I feel like, bro, Paul Heyman is literally holding the same belt. Look at Paul Heyman, bro.
Right.
He's holding the same belt. Oh, well, no, it has golden black. Yeah, it's just blacked out in the back. It's the same W gemmed out with the slash.
Right.
And it's just on the black backing with the same diamonds around it.
That's it. That's it.
Come on, bro. My nigga, you could have you brought Big Gold back. How come you couldn't bring back another one? Like, nigga, shit. Well, Big Gold was technically WCW's belt.
That got absorbed when they got bought. Yeah, exactly. Instead of completely doing away with the championship, Vince was like, shit, we got two big champions.
That belt is dope. That belt design and the lineage of the belt, bro. Like, that's why I said that new design of this one would have been better. Because now you would have seen the lineage of the belt comes from these two designs make the...
Right.
It's like, man, you should have just... Because now this would have turned it... It should have been like... like, boom, boom, boom. This is what Undisputed is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the time to change it. Like, yeah, that winged eagle. Something that's totally... Like I said, totally different.
But they didn't want to do that.
Man, fuck. It is what it is.
They wasn't trying to do that.
It is what it is. What's your thoughts on this bloodline situation?
What you mean?
Huh?
It's always been the Usos over anything. I mean, I fuck with Roman Reigns. Tough. Heavy. It's my guy. Tribal chief. All of that shit. I just feel like he was... okay, I don't want to say this the wrong way, but I feel like he was holding the Usos back, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like him trying to make it a point to be like, y'all have to be perfect. Y'all can never lose, and this, that, and the other. Like,
right.
it takes away from their actual talent.
Right.
And like I've been saying it for a while. I said the Usos are gonna leave the bloodline.
Mm.
I was like, they're trying to figure out. I told you that on draft night when they didn't get drafted with the bloodline.
Right.
I told you they're trying to figure out how to do it. They're trying to write it up how to do it, and they figured it out. But it's gonna be some shit because we don't know what Jey Uso's gonna do.
Right.
Because we watched Solo attack Jimmy.
Right.
After we thought he was gonna join up with the Usos.
Right.
But I feel like eventually it's gonna be some shit where it's gonna be the same two niggas that it started with.
Right.
Roman Reigns and Paul
And
Heyman.
Paul Heyman. Yeah.
Because when Roman Reigns first won the title back, when he came back, he was with Paul Heyman.
Yep. Like you said, him having Paul Heyman on his side, people don't really know Paul Heyman hella important, but you know,
people also don't know.
The younger generation don't.
People also don't know. Well, yeah, the younger fans also don't know that Paul Heyman has worked with Roman Reigns' family since they started wrestling. Basically,
yeah.
He's dealt with that family.
Right.
So any team or whatever or however it went, Paul Heyman had something to do with that shit.
He's had a hand in it.
He was the manager for these people, like, you know what I mean? Like, so
yeah.
It's different too. Like that's damn near like that's Uncle Paul. You know what I mean? Like it would only be right to do it with him.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right. And you already got access to the big show. You already go right to it. We ain't even gotta. It's not a. We fighting to get to the next level, and we could use Uncle Paul.
He busted his chops to get to NXT too.
But that's what I'm saying.
They all put in that work to.
But what I'm saying is having him already in the WWE made it even easier. You know what I mean? I got some backing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not, nigga. Any of them. If if ECW was around and any of these Usos would have been on there, that shit would have been live.
Oh yeah, it would have been crack. Yeah.
What?
It was already legit. But could you imagine the Usos coming up around
off of ECW? They'd have been super raw. They'd have been super raw.
They'd be legends already. I mean,
they laid up there. They get into the legendary status, but they would have already came out of ECW. Legends,
yeah.
Because Paul Heyman, if you don't know, younger generation, was the former owner of ECW. ECW was absorbed by WWE in the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Because if you go back and do your history, they had a whole battle when some big name wrestlers at the time left and went to WCW. Paul Heyman stuck to his guns. He had ECW running. He didn't even get himself involved in that. He said, y'all do. I'm going to still take over this pay-per-view slot and just eat. Because that was the only time we really got to see ECW. ECW was nothing damn near but pay-per-views. There was no other way to catch ECW back in the day.
Unless you live locally, yeah.
And that's it. When them niggas was not even in the States. They was like in Canada or some shit. Wasn't there some shit like that? Something like that. It was off the circuit.
You had to know about it, because I didn't know about it.
Yep, but you would see him on them pay-per-view commercials when you saw it. You were like, what is this? That's what, boy, I'm telling you, when I was a kid and that shit, because they used to always use the blood, the shit niggas flying off the fucking, the damn shit. Like but then these niggas out of the stands with it,
off the balcony,
like off the and they shits, nigga. I used to be like, where them at? Like, nigga, they used to have some shit, and they used to see these niggas hitting tacks and hitting barbed wires and getting popped with chairs and Like for real, 2x4s and all that shit. Them niggas getting beat up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
ECW was lit. Paul Heyman was lit.
He knew what he was doing.
Hey, for him to be where he's at, that man right there in the corner, that white dude right there to the right, bottom right, he put in work to be where he at. Much respect too.
I can't see what the fuck he's talking about because of where you said.
Oh, for real, I'm probably blocking him, huh? Yeah. Oh shit, Paul Heyman right here. Oh shit. And then the pillow blocking his name. Oh man, somebody help us. But anyway, Paul Heyman is the one. Right there. He his manager. He the one, man. He put in work. He was the owner of ECW.
Right.
But like I said, that belt wasn't like the ECW belt was nasty. It was like a hardcore championship belt. Like they did that, so that's why that shit was ugly. It's not like that's not a world heavyweight championship representation. Like you wouldn't want that belt. If you was in ECW and how it was, you wanted that motherfucker. Cause if y'all know, at one point, Stone Cold was holding the ECW belt. When they brought it over, remember?
Right.
When they first brought him over, Stone Cold was running that shit. Nigga, he had the ECW belt, was tossing that shit and throwing it because it was ugly as hell. But he was the champion of whatever the hardcore, whatever it was, and they used the ECW championship for that shit. Remember what was it called? The hardcore championship.
I don't know. I just know that once they got absorbed by WWE, their championship started looking better.
Of course, because the one that he had, that motherfucker was junk. That shit was straight boo boo.
I mean, I'm more interested to see what Solo's gonna do. I feel like Solo's gonna do.
That's a hell of a storyline. Cause they pushing them. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it'd be a real breakup. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it'll be a real breakup. It'll be really just him and Paul Heyman left.
Which I wouldn't mind.
I mean, that's how it started.
I wouldn't mind, and the Usos could do their own thing. And somehow, some way, Roman get knocked off a peg because I've been hearing rumors that they're trying to keep him champion for the next 2 WrestleManias.
Who, Roman Reigns? Well, yeah, you gotta stand like.
So at WrestleMania 40, he's gonna still be champion, and then at WrestleMania 41 is when he might lose it.
But you know Brock Lesnar is the highest paid wrestler, right?
I don't give a fuck.
No, but you know what I mean, like.
Okay, great.
And then Roman Reigns, I think he's right up underneath him.
Cool.
But
that's great.
That's the whole point, like.
That's great.
Hey,
cool.
It's a matter of workload too.
Man, look.
You know what I mean? That's why we wasn't seeing him in this past or whatever the past.
Right. From WrestleMania to whenever we start seeing them. Yeah, it's load management, baby.
And
they don't just do that in the NBA.
Right. And then we thinking, you know, this would be a better thing, but then they turn around and put him in the tag team championship where they had this nigga working more. Like,
they
what the fuck?
They only did that because they knew they wasn't about to have him in those titles.
Right. But like I said, that's all play on the storyline. And
which was dumb, by the way.
I feel like
the tradition of Night of Champions is every title is
on the line. Right.
So don't give me some weak ass tag match that nobody wanted to fucking
because
see.
He didn't get to. Did he have to defend the championship?
No.
That's what I'm saying. That shit was trash. Nobody got a shot at it. It should have been a match there.
Right. That's what
Instead
I'm saying.
Of just, and the Usos. The Usos, that should have kept going. They should have let them either win it back or let them lose it again, and play it from the storyline off of that.
They need to.
Man, but
you know what I'm about to say.
Huh?
Go ahead and give it to my boys. Stop
man,
playing.
You see they haven't inserted them in shit.
Stop playing. Give it to my boys.
You see they haven't inserted them in shit.
And if you don't know, I'm talking about the Street Profits.
They haven't put them in nothing. The only thing I've seen, the only thing, bro, what storyline had they created where they could insert the Street Profits?
Nothing yet.
Oh, okay.
But they working on it. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. And if it don't happen, I'm going.
They tripping.
I'm going on strike.
Man, I'm gonna actually send in a nasty letter.
Yep, dear Mr. Entertainment.
Triple H.
But I mean, I feel like
they missing that.
There's one piece of this whole bloodline thing that we're not seeing, and I just don't know what it is yet. I don't know. It's just something it's something unexpected that's gonna happen that we just like not even thinking of. Like,
right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. See when we
Street Profits, Usos, New Day, Judgment. Ain't they all?
Judgment Day's on Raw.
Okay. Who else we got over here on SmackDown? Who else they bring?
I don't know.
Sammy and goddamn
Them
Kevin
niggas
Owens.
are technically free agents
they're
because
free-
they could be on both shows since they're
Okay.
champion.
But this is the LWO. They'll have a team. I'm just trying to put in perspective, like, what they would try to build up. You know what I mean? Like, because it has to be some type of tournament, bro.
And look, no, it don't.
You don't think so?
No.
Or
Where are they gonna do the tournament at?
No,
How
I'm
they gonna do
I'm
it?
saying like storyline as in that's what they fighting through all these people to connect. Because I'm looking like who
to get to the championships.
right.
I don't like it. They need to figure out what they're gonna do with that shit.
Because they got to build up the. I'm talking about building up the Street Profits. Is what I'm saying. You
Oh,
feel me?
okay.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm like, think about it. They got to use it
I
themselves.
feel like what should happen is
These are
the
the
Street
these are the
Profits-
teams. These are the teams we have to use. Is what I'm.
the
Is
Street
what I'm
Profits
giving to you.
should get mean. They should turn heel.
But that's where the Usos sit
No, they're turning face.
now.
Right.
If
That's what
it-
I'm saying.
Right. So we just I'm saying. So we going. You right. So you going. You getting where I'm saying this one get. So like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we using the Usos. We using Street Profits. We got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Technically, they're the champions. But and then we got damn, who am I missing, bro? The New Day.
Right.
Um,
But you can't leave out the Raw tag teams either because they can be on both shows. So that could go either way, and that's the one thing I don't like. I
right.
don't like the
There's
fact
no-
that there's no
There's no separation. There's no team.
Right.
There's no tags for Raw, and there's no tag team chips for SmackDown.
right.
They're making them intermix, which is dumb. And
They have to get the new tag. They have to undisputed. They have to make new tag team titles for that shit.
yeah,
They have to,
yeah, that's the only way to really fix that.
and there has to be.
Well, that's one way to fix it. You know what I
There
mean?
has to be another something like they have to stay on one show, and then there has to be a show with just regular tag team titles.
Right. See, like what remember how we was talking pretty much off camera. We were saying like the lineups of these shows used to have meaning.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Like Night of Champions. Now that makes perfect sense to bring both companies together, and titles are on the line.
right.
And maybe a storyline plays out to where it intermix with the two, and then you get a play off the story. But it's the SmackDown chips, and it's the goddamn Raw chips. Tag team we talking now.
Right.
They got people got a shot at them, but right now it really don't matter what show you on, cause
No, it matters because it has to be. They have to write it up some
how
way.
you gonna
to
get a
where-
shot?
They have to write it up some way to where.
How you gonna get a shot? You on
I'm
Raw?
gonna tell you.
We on what show we on? Give me an example. We on what?
We'll say Raw.
Okay.
So right now
Mhm.
they're trying to build up this story with Imperium and fucking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So imagine if they say, you know what? If Imperium says, you know what? We don't even want the undisputed joints. We just want the Raw tag titles.
Okay.
Like for sure, we can put up half the titles, nigga. Fuck y'all. Boom, put up half the titles, lose the Raw titles. Now they're on SmackDown only.
Right.
Now we have tag chips on each show, or vice versa. The Usos
Gotcha.
say, "Look, we don't even want the Raw title.
We just want the
Because we on
SmackDown.
SmackDown. We
Right.
just want the
SmackDown
SmackDown
titles, right? So put those up, and we'll take them up off you. We ain't want to be undisputed.
Right,
We're not even trying to hold the undisputed title.
right.
That's where it gets hazy. That's where the cross shit happens, is when they have both.
They have to do something like that. Something has to happen for that, for those
For the
titles.
separations.
Yes.
Right. I mean, yeah, that makes all the sense. Because that scenario could go either way if they was on SmackDown.
Or you make new tag team championships,
Mm-hmm.
and you give Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn the undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
They get new belts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you create a new set of tag team titles for whatever brand that they decide to be on, because they shouldn't be on both shows if we had a draft.
Right. What was the draft for?
Because Roman isn't on both shows, and you created a whole nother heavyweight championship for the show that he wasn't drafted to.
Right.
So
why hasn't that been done for the tag team?
Right. They need to figure that out, bro.
They need to do that fast. Because the longer you drag it out,
for them to even go back to the draft and for them to have the Usos to be undisputed tag champions, and know that they were going to go back to the draft after WrestleMania. Why? Why not break them up then? Why not break them up at WrestleMania?
Bloodline.
No, the titles.
Oh, okay.
Why not make that championship match at WrestleMania where they lost?
Mm-hmm.
Why not make that for?
That's okay. That's what we were saying. One sided, right? That's what it should. That's what they should have done.
Right.
That title loss,
knowing that they were gonna draft. They're going to the draft. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
So it should have been, because where was Sami Zayn? They were coming from Raw too. Right? I mean, they were coming from SmackDown also, right?
There was no
separation.
Separation.
It was all supposed to be one. It was one at the time.
It was basically just WWE, and they were doing whatever they wanted to. We were supposed to be on SmackDown, but the Usos kind of like just shook that up and start coming to Raw. Like, that's what they did. The Bloodline just start coming to Raw. That was their way of like breaking that down, because it was separated. Like, they have Raw tag team champions, and the Usos were the SmackDown champions. Roman Reigns said, "Shit, I undisputed the goddamn Universal and the WWE Championship." He said, "It's time for y'all to go be undisputed tag champs.
Right.
Go get that.
Go figure it out."
He said, "Go to Raw and go get those Raw tag team championships," and that's what they did.
Right.
But why, if at WrestleMania you don't have them broken up, would you draft? And then these niggas they're on both shows.
I was about to say that.
For what?
The problem was just what you're saying. They never separated them per, like, you know what I mean, per show. Like, it just became undisputed again.
Right.
Instead of saying, like, when they were fighting on Raw, they are actually fighting. They're putting their Raw chips up. They're not putting up the SmackDown chips. Right. That has nothing to do with the show. Now, if they go to SmackDown and it's a challenge or something, they're putting up the SmackDown chips, not both.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Right.
That's how it should be. Like,
so technically, like you're saying, that what was that show? What was that? That wasn't Night of Champions, was it? When they lost.
The Usos?
Yeah.
That was WrestleMania.
It should have been for one side.
Right.
Absolutely correct. And they should have just picked whatever side it was. It really didn't even make a difference.
Right. Because now you know who's going where draft night.
Because look what they did to the females. Bianca Belair was on Raw. She got drafted to SmackDown.
And she was the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown.
So did they switch?
No. They should have.
She kept the belt and still just called the... Okay.
Because Rhea Ripley is the SmackDown Women's Champion.
So they just on
Raw.
They just flip-flopped them and just... Now this is the Raw Women's Champion. This is the SmackDown Women's Champion?
But see, they didn't do that before. When it was Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch.
Right.
They made them switch titles because they switched shows.
Right.
So that's what I thought was going to happen.
Which makes sense to a lot of people.
Right.
Which is that, you know what I mean? Like, be okay, yeah, switch. But then I feel like they like, well, fuck it, we'll just switch. It no matter what belt it is, you taking it there. Well, then now that's where it's at now. That's what they did, right?
Right. That doesn't make any sense.
Because I think the belts got the names of the other shows on them, don't they?
If I'm not mistaken. But it just, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. This belt is trash. They need to figure out what they're going to do with the tag team championships.
Yeah, this belt weak. This belt weak. It could have been way better. But hey,
yeah.
I mean, I guess, you know, if you like it like that.
If you like it like that. If you like it, I love it.
Yeah. I can't even, this was the time to make an undisputed joint. Like I said, I think the world heavyweight, the one that Seth Rollins got to look better than this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they didn't put no thought into this whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
And that's like...
That's it.
That's it, bro.
They just put gold in it. That's it.
It is what it is, man. We'll catch y'all on the next one, bro.
Yeah.
So disheartening.
Yeah. Like, it's disappointing, man.
Like,
it is disappointing, bro. Like, come on, man. This was the time for you to come with some shit. You were supposed to come with some shit on this, boy.
and you failed us.
Come on, man. Start the damn music.